Hanbit, and I'm a pastry chef from Korea. Hi everybody, it's Hanbit here. 안녕하세요, 조한빛입니다. In this video, I'll show you how to make an amazing raspberry tart. It's a raspberry tart full of raspberries, and I've named it the Raspberry Blossom. I'll walk you through the composition. You'll start by making the short crust pastry, or the tart shell. And then you'll fill it with almond cream, bake it, and then fill the gap with raspberry compote. Finally, you'll cover it with fresh raspberries and fill the raspberries with raspberry glaze. We're going to make the short crust pastry, which is known as the tart shell. There are a couple of things you need to remember when making short crust pastry. Firstly, all your ingredients need to be at room temperature. And secondly, try and mix all the ingredients together gently, rather than whip it hard and incorporate too much air into it. Please take a look at my detailed video on how to make tart shells. In that video, I explain everything about how and why. Ingredients: room temperature butter, almond powder, powdered sugar, and cornstarch, eggs, also at room temperature, and cake flour. Right, I'm now going to take the dough out and knead it. Just gently knead against the bottom. Now I'm going to use my rolling pin and parchment paper to roll the dough out to desired thickness. Perfect. I'm now going to let this rest in the fridge for an hour. Right, here's my 3mm thick dough that has been in the fridge for an hour. Now I'm going to cut it into strips and a circle. Have you clicked like and subscribe? Now I'm going to line the inside with the circle and the strips that I've made before. Perfect. Now I'm going to put this in the fridge or the freezer to harden it up and then bake it in the oven. Right, so it's nicely baked. Cool. Look at the edge. It looks absolutely professional. The ingredients are very simple. Essentially, you only have 4 ingredients, which is butter, powdered sugar, almond powder, and eggs. There are many variations where some people add cornstarch or rum, and in my case, I've added rum here. There are a couple of things that you need to remember when making almond cream. Firstly, you want all your ingredients to be at room temperature, especially your butter and your eggs. And secondly, you want to mix everything lightly so that you don't incorporate too much air into it. If you incorporate too much air into your almond cream, then it will puff up too much when you bake it. First, I'm going to lightly beat the butter. And now almond powder. And now gradually add in the eggs. And finally, the rum. Right, so that's all done. And this is the consistency of an almond cream. So it's not like whipped cream. It's something that you bake after piping inside the tart. It's more like a batter rather than a cream. So I'm now going to keep this in the fridge, let it rest overnight, and use it the day after. Raspberry compote. We have 5 ingredients: raspberry puree, raspberries, sugar, pectin, and lemon juice. Just bear in mind that when you're using pectin, you always mix it with sugar and use it together, or else pectin will create lumps. So I'm going to mix my pectin with sugar. When this reaches 40 degrees Celsius, I'm going to add in my sugar and pectin mixture. Right, so that's 40 degrees. I'm going to add in my sugar and pectin mixture. You need to mix it well or else it'll create lumps. And once this starts boiling, I'm going to boil it for another minute, add in the lemon juice, and my raspberry compote will be ready. That has started boiling. I'm going to boil it for another minute or so and add in the lemon juice. Right, so the lemon juice went in and I'm just going to stir it for another 10 seconds and take it off the heat. Right, so that's all done. I'm going to put it in the fridge, let it cool down completely, and then use it. I've got my almond cream which I've left in the fridge overnight to rest, and now I'm going to put it inside my tart and spread it out evenly. You can use a piping bag, but it's completely up to you. Now I'm going to place a few raspberries inside the almond cream. Perfect. Now this will go in the oven.
Ciao!
Now that my almond cream has been baked nicely, I'm going to apply a layer of raspberry compote. You can use a piping bag, it's completely up to you. Right, so that looks good, and now I'm going to place raspberries on top.
Wow!
Right, so we're almost done. So I'm now going to decorate it with mint leaves, gold leaves, and then my logo. And finally, my logo. Perfect. So right there is my fantastic raspberry tart. All done, looking nice. It's time to try it now. Look at this, look at the layers. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this video on my raspberry tart recipe. It's definitely harder than the other videos that I've uploaded, but if you take it step by step, you can still do it. So if you're adventurous enough, give it a try, why not? So I'll come back with another amazing recipe next time. And until then, thank you very much. 감사합니다.